Hello and welcome back to our channel, iConcept Sports. Today's video is about the 2024 Kia EV9. Before we start, we would appreciate your support by subscribing to our channel. This helps us bring more content to our viewers. The Kia lineup is about to transform into something more electric. The EV9 SUV, which looks to be as large as the current gas-only 3-row Telluride, shares its platform with the upcoming Hyundai Ioniq 7. While it's still too early for specific details, we think the EV9 will likely be offered with rear and all-wheel drive depending on trim level. Kia hasn't released information about the EV9's battery size or motors, but to be competitive they'll need to offer something with 220 to 300 miles of range on a single charge with usable towing capacity with as much as 4,500 pounds of max trailering. Important specs like horsepower, pricing, and range are still closely guarded, but we'll update this space once Kia reveals them closer to the EV9's debut in April 2023. The EV9 is an all-new nameplate for the Kia brand, and the next in the company's plan to have 11 new electric vehicles for sale by 2026. We expect the EV9 to debut in April 2023. Its on-sale date is likely at the end of 2023 or sometime early 2024. There's no official pricing available for the Kia EV9s yet, but we expect to see competitive pricing start at roughly $56,000 for the lowest trim. Trim names and levels are yet to be determined, though it'd likely follow a similar pecking order as what's already been established for the smaller EV6 SUV that's currently on sale. EV motor, power, and performance. Official horsepower and performance numbers are still closely guarded at the Kia headquarters, but rumors suggest a simple offering. We expect lower EV9 trims equipped with single motors to offer roughly 200 horsepower with rear-wheel drive. All-wheel drive will double the motors, putting an additional unit up front that could at least double the horsepower output to 400. Since it's based on the gas-only Telluride, expect the EV9 to be built to focus on range and hauling instead of acceleration performance. Range, charging, and battery life. Kia claims a 300-mile driving range for the EV9 and says the SUV will also be able to charge on 350-kilowatt fast-charging stations. We aren't sure what size battery pack will come standard or if a larger one may be available as an option, but we should find out that information closer to the SUV on-sale date. Interior, comfort, and cargo. The EV9 will come in either 6 or 7-passenger variants, depending on whether the second row has buckets or a bench. In higher trim EV9s, the third row is power folding. Kia hasn't released a full list of dimensions and details yet, but compared to the Telluride, the EV9's second row is just as comfortably spacious. The third row has more legroom and headroom. Second row seats also swivel to face the rear, similar to the Chrysler's Swivel & Go launched on its 2008 minivan. Infotainment and connectivity. Inside the EV9 are a pair of 12.3-inch screens, one for the gauge cluster and a second for infotainment, with a dedicated HVAC readout between them. The EV9 lacks physical knobs and its buttons are reduced compared to Kia's on sale today with just a few key HVAC controls and a volume knob remaining, along with touch-sensitive controls embedded in the dash to jump to different menus. The EV9 uses an entirely new generation of infotainment, whose details are also under wraps until the new 3-row is revealed. Infotainment and connectivity. Inside the EV9 are a pair of 12.3-inch screens, one for the gauge cluster and a second for infotainment, with a dedicated HVAC readout between them. The EV9 lacks physical knobs and its buttons are reduced compared to Kia's on sale today with just a few key HVAC controls and a volume knob remaining, along with touch-sensitive controls embedded in the dash to jump to different menus. The EV9 uses an entirely new generation of infotainment, whose details are also under wraps until the new 3-row is revealed. Now that would be all in regards to this car. Thank you for listening to this information, and we would love to see you come back to our channel.